Gaimglass. This is a sponsored video from the company to take a look at this device that will assist you in your first-person shooters in regards to aiming and being more accurate. So this is Gaimglass. This is the box. I know people love in these types of videos to show off the actual box. It's very nice and stylish in my opinion. It's got a clean sort of black look with a green and white writing on it. Nice and easy going. It also comes with these little tiny little holder spots, so you put this onto your monitor so that the glass can rest against it nice and easy. So then you open up the actual box. We've already taken the device out, which you'll see in a sec. Then you get this nice kind of prompt where it says to go to the site in order to get your thing going. That's for calibration. You get a nice little pouch, nice, smooth, easy going, and it's got a tie off at the top. So that's to hold your device. And then down here is where your USB cord and everything is held when you are going to unbox it and open it up. Nice box. This is the actual gaming glass, so this goes on the top of your monitor. Nice and long, should fit in very well. Sleek, shiny black style for the top of the device, so it does blend in fairly well with monitors. Nice on and off switch at the top, and very light, easy going. Shouldn't have any issue setting this up. You can see a little dot for the mini targeter. Here is what's actually going to hold it onto your actual monitor. Nice, smooth, grippy kind of part here. So that's going to make sure that there's no damage to this device or also your actual monitor, because that's important. This is the part that screws in and allows you to adjust where this sits on your monitor so that you can customize your targeting crosshair for just the right spot. That's ideal for your setup. Shouldn't have any issues. This is also light. The whole combination in general is a very light and easy to set up situation. So this is the cord for the device. We use a micro USB here. This plugs into the actual device. This plugs into any sort of USB power source, your computer. I plugged in through a modem, which was kind of crazy, and it just powers it nice and easily. Fairly lengthy cord. Very well done in that regard, because you're going to be able to set it sort of anywhere and not have any problems reaching the device. So here are some additional shots of the Gaimglass kind of just being held so you can get an idea of what it looks like. Very smooth, slick, shiny surface that I do quite like. Be careful of a little bit of smudging, and then we show some kind of like just the see-through effects of it. It really is something that you don't really notice when it is on your screen. It's just kind of, you see just the dot and the rest of the glass does disappear into what you're doing. Now we're quickly showing just the process in regards to setting up the glass, so you get an idea of what that is like, and the calibration system, which is really quite easy to use and understand. I mean, I didn't really have any problems getting it going. Once you get it set, you're pretty much good to go for games. You don't really have to adjust it or anything like that. And now we're going to show off a variety of games and gameplay in action, playing titles such as Minecraft. Then we go into Star Wars Battlefront 2, the old one, classic version, because why not? That one was really nice to see the reticle in. And we'll show off a little bit of Gears 5, and a little bit of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new one. And yeah, just some little shots in between so you get an idea of what this does actually provide. So this is for monitors up to 27 inches with a 16:9 ratio, which is fairly standard, or 34-inch at a 21:9 ratio, which is considerably wider. This is meant for monitors and not compatible with larger screens, TVs, or laptops. So it does have certain limits in regards to what it does, because it is meant for a PC gaming setup. That being said, it does work fine with Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch games, as long as they're set up on the right screen size, and it'll also work with next generation consoles. I mean, it'll work with practically anything where you have a reticle on the screen, because it's just an overlay on top of that. And we'll go into more of the reasoning behind why that is in a bit. So this is CNC'd, clear acrylic, solid aluminum holder, anodized black design. Ooh. Precision aim dot, which is 1/16 of an inch, aka 1.5 millimeters, etched in the center of the actual glass, which was very easy to see. I kind of showed off a couple different angles in regards to the glass here. So obviously Battlefront was more of like a behind the shoulder shot, but everything else was more angled, so that's why it might look a bit odd, because line up wise I was trying to show a little bit of depth in regards to where the dot is and where the actual screen is, if that makes sense, and that's why I chose to do it in that presentation. And I also thought it looked neat because you're able to see the whole screen going on. You can see where the dot is, the targeting, and you actually get to see the device itself on the top. And in regards to it plugged in, you don't really notice it on the top of your monitor. I mean, it's not really something you're looking at when you are playing a game. So this has an ultra bright LED, keeps the center point clearly visible in light or dark situations. It is USB port powered, as mentioned. A fairly long cable is provided. I didn't have any issues with that. Plugged it right into the modem, powered it easily, so it should be able to get power from basically anything USB setup. In general, this was a very quick setup. It didn't take long to get going. You saw earlier with the whole calibration, everything like that, not an issue, and you can change it if you need to between games and stuff. It's just like a little screw thing that you can kind of adjust. Just for holding it, you don't even really like screw it in or anything. Really easy going in that regard. So why not just use stickers? Well, those can cause issues, make a mark on your screen, and that is largely not ideal. I know of like a number of people that used to put like tape on their screen. I was like, why would you do that? It's just, yeah. So that's not ideal. This is an ultra bright dot, clearly distinguishable from your monitor and anything on your screen. It's also more realistic feeling, strangely enough. It looks like an actual aim reticle that you might see in real life, or you see emulated in your games, but this is actually like a clear light. And there's a distinct difference between using something in the game and actually having like a physical aiming dot over your screen. I think that's kind of nice. So this provides something that is faster for aiming and definitely more accurate to use, because there is quite a bit of a sway on natural in-game reticles. So this is more of like a clear-cut, straightforward, aimed-in shot, so that's going to make quite a difference when you are actually playing games. I know something like Call of Duty, even Gears, it was nice to have like an actual aiming dot in there when you wouldn't when you're doing your hip firing, because remember, you don't always have reticle. It depends on the game, the situation you're in within the game, so you don't always have access to that. So that was really nice. So why not software target overlays? These are things you download. At times this having this sort of software can cause certain issues with cheating programs that are running in the background of games. This could make it not function, could get you banned, could cause other issues and other problems in the game for running something that is external. This is something that lives completely outside of the realms of any games, so it'll never get picked up on, you'll never have any issues. It's basically undetectable because it's an overlay that's not actually running in your computer, so that kind of is a big deal. It's also a superior aim point. It has better contrast and brightness in comparison to anything that's actually going to be rendered on your screen, which makes a big difference. And seriously, the glow is like quite something when you are playing, whether or not your room is lit up or dark in what is, the lighting in your actual room. So suggested games from the company include Battlefield, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Destiny 2, Apex Legends, PUBG, and of course good old Counter-Strike. So those are kind of the key points I have. It's really nice to use. It's light, it's easy to set up, it blends into the screen in regards to you not really seeing it. It's quite clear. Even like just head on and everything, you're not really going to notice that aside from your green dot on the screen. It would have been nice maybe as an extra to be able to adjust the LED coloring. I personally love green because lime green is my favorite color, and there's something about a really bright green LED light that I really enjoy a lot, but at the same time it'd be cool, I guess, for some people that like ridiculous RGB things to have like maybe blinking lights or weird designs or something. I guess that'd be cool too if they could pull that off. I don't know how that would go, but having like weird like smiley faces or something like actual in-game gun reticles have and stuff. You can also pair this with your reticles. You can turn them off. I did that for a lot of games and found that turning off the reticles was actually a nicer presentation for me. Just having this like green dot in the middle of the screen as opposed to that, I thought that was really nice. It seemed to sync up quite well. I didn't have any issues getting this going. I enjoyed using it. I think it looked nice. Didn't really distract from my actual screen. It's easy to have on there. If you want to take it off, that's easy too. Not a problem there. Easy for adjusting. Looks nice. It's not very hard to use for anything. I found it helpful in a number of games and shooters. I'd give this an 8 out of 10. And you can ask any questions if you do have any about what this provides, and I'll try to answer them. But generally, it's a very easygoing and simplistic thing that you just sort of put on and you're ready to go and ready to continue shooting it with more of an accuracy and a little bit of an assist.